Hello, everyone. This is group number 4. We are going to talk about L'Oreal. Next, please. So L'Oreal is the number one beauty and cosmetic leader in this industry. It's a company located in which started in France, but operates in more than 150 countries around the world. It has more than 37 brands, which are divided in 4 subdivisions. The first one is consumer products, then professional products, looks, and dermatological beauty. Next slide, please. So I'm going to talk about the supply chain organization and also describe it a little bit. So supply chain in L'Oreal, it's an end-to-end process, but which means that it starts on the supplier end on the consumer, but maintaining a focus on clients, and also it's a process who has like real-time information. The 3 levels of the organization of the supply chain organization are demand and supply planners. In demand planners, they are responsible to understand the market trends and align inventory and current sales goals. And in the supplies, they are responsible for preparing a procurement plan. The second line is customer service, which is they try to enhance the overall consumer experience by building also a collaborative partnership with their providers, and also physical distribution, which is a team that try to ensure that products arrive on time to the right client. Next slide, please. So talking about the challenges and opportunities, I'm going to mention basically the main 2 of each of this one. Also challenges for us, there is a rapidly changing consumer preference, which L'Oreal try to ensure that supply chain is agile enough to respond to a very changing environment in this industry. And the second challenge that we identified is sustainability pressure, which basically sustainability is a very increasing trend nowadays. And L'Oreal needs to incorporate more eco-friendly practice and these trends in their business. No? And talking about opportunities, I'm going to mention 2 of them. The first one is a digital transformation, which L'Oreal can use technologies like, for instance, blockchains to do a real time tracking of their products, and also personalization and customization, which is a trend that L'Oreal try to pursue, and we are going to talk about that later. Next, please.
So having the right product available at the right time globally is paramount for L'Oreal's. So they have to ensure this, they have 7 core components of supply chain strategy: demand focusing and planning, inventory management, manufacturing and production is very important. In the more of a sales part, distribution and logistics, and also customer-centric approach. And they are trying to focus on the innovation or sustainability as well. We're gonna be explaining in later slides.
Well, trying now to narrow down our analysis of operations on operations tools, let's start from forecasting and demand planning. Demand planning is the input of wholesale supply chain. Forecast is the base to build up procurement plan. It's so important that each month L'Oreal organizes a validation meeting with all the stakeholders from finance to distributors to provide 18 months SKU forecasts. Where does this SKU forecast come from? First of all, forecasts, so statistics on the market, and on the other hand, reliable and efficient and constant chat with the distributors, because the sellout is very important. So the impression of the product of the market that comes from the distributors gives L'Oreal the impression of which sell-in they have to plan for the next month. So demand planning is the starting point of everything to get a realistic and feasible vision of the turnover. In order to do so, the company started to invest 20 years ago on a tool totally customized, called Future Master, that tried to move everything from Excel to a new tool, online tool, that is used nowadays from every demand planner worldwide. How does it work? Well, it weights the turnover by business and signature based. So it means that every month they analyze businesses and they break down brands, analyzing which affect the most important part of the general turnover of the company, in order to create the good amount of SKUs for each warehouse in each location of the world. Furthermore, they are now trying to utilize a VUC approach. This approach allows the company to intertwine a lot of disruptions in the market, ambiguity in the market, trying to have a very AI-based and constantly updated tool to immediately change the demand planning according to change of customer behavior and change in the market. In order to do so, nowadays, their analysis start from SKU level 1. So it means general, global SKU by business unit. So lipstick, for instance. And they try to narrow it down, break it down on a country level in order to try to customize it as much as I can. Second tool, very important, is inventory management, mainly based on just-in-time approach. Just-in-time approach, as you know, allow the company to minimize waste and optimize inventories. This approach reduces storage costs and obsolescence in order to have more money to invest in different innovation tools. On the other hand, in order to have a very well-working just-in-time approach, they have to work on very strategic supplier relationship with local partners. Furthermore, they invest a lot in technology integration, like real-time tracking on stock levels and sales data. This is global based, it's not just central based. Moreover, since the very first risk for a just-in-time company is to not having enough stock to satisfy the market, they also have some buffer of the very critical product in each geography. When we talk about this company, we have also to talk that their manufacturing approach changed critically in the last 20 years, from a mega plant, very standard and fixed base, on a smart factory with an agile approach nowadays. When we talk about L'Oréal, we also have to take into consideration is a very global company, as Carlos said, and presence in more than 150 countries. This means that on a commercial side, they must use an omni-channel approach. And on the operational side, they have to work a lot on the global distribution networks. It means having core partners and core branches and core warehouses near the major markets in order to reduce time, reduce expenses, and have happy customers. On the customer side, they have to manage cross-market volatility in order to follow the trends of each market. Furthermore, they have to work on warehouses and inventory management. Just-in-time helps on this part. Helps on this part also technology. So they invested a lot on technologies to get everything tracked and everything, especially with blockchain, with an end-to-end approach tracking, enhancing transparency, efficiency, and also reducing counterfeit products that are very common in this market. Furthermore, since supply chain means also people, they have to train people accordingly and according to their strategies. And so they build up an academy to do that. And that's the perfect mix that allows a company to get one order shipped every 2 seconds nowadays.
So in addition to this fundamental supply chain management, they also try to address like current customer trends. There's 4. One, shorter product life cycles, and second, greater transparency, and then third one, direct customer communication and digital transformation. These 4 trends are also each very important, and they are trying to deal with all of them. Next, please. This slide shows 2 examples of this like industry 4.0 in the last slide. So the left one, they are trying to apply the newer like a digital technology like 3D printing, AI, IoT. This kind of technology allow them to manage the changing demand like in order And also they are trying to enhance their production process. And they are trying to apply this in each location globally. On the right part, they managed to develop newer technology, which is called like a human skin models. Because of this technology, they don't need to conduct the animal testing. And because of this, they can reduce their R&D cost, and also they can make improve the efficiency. Next, please.
Yeah, coming to the various operation strategy, they also work closely upon the sustainability, which speaks about the logistic. They have to build more on the localizations, considering the AI, which enhance the productivity of their transformations, and also they work closely on the biodegradable products such as plastic bottles, which enhance the contributes the environment as well. And also they trying to use most of the electric vehicles for the transportations and also the biogas fuels. And also L'Oreal has been next, please. Yeah, also L'Oreal has been very successful in using the renewable energy, which they are into 91% and they're targeting 100% by 2025. Next, please. So coming to the recommendations, we highly recommend that L'Oreal has been always been successful in meeting the growing demand, and they always want to be on toes with the changing in the demand trends and the in the market. So they have come up with the two approaches, which I feel one of the approaches the AI powered, which they have an applications where the customer can uh, use the applications to check about the product that just suits them, but it was too much on the cost, which was not much cost effective. So maybe they have to work upon that. And the second thing was they were very much successful on the second approach, where they have a centers where the consumer visits and do the test as per their preferences. Next one. So coming to the digitalizations, considering the more transformation of the digital world, so they can closely work upon many aspects where they can have a scanner of the products where customer can scan and get the specifications, which enhance the customer experiences, also which gives them the trust and confidence to go for the branded products. And this and also this helps when they come up with the new products, they can have the same release in the social platform, which enhance their business as well, and also customers are aware about the new launch in the market. Next, please.
Well, coming back for a minute to the statistical trends that we analyze in the demand planning, and since we said that this is the key for everything and the starting point for everything in L'Oreal, we have also to understand that nowadays the model starts from statistical trends on a general level. So SKU 1 level, 2 level. So it means general, global, specific for business unit. Then they try to narrow it down to a country level. But in this way, we miss a lot of information. So we need to improve the tools that are already efficiently working in the company, integrating them with AI in order to analyze real-time changes in the consumer behavior on a country level. So trying to start with the statistical trends directly on a lower level in order to improve a better forecasting method. Let us give an example. The example is related to the pink lipstick that arose in the market in the last years. L'Oreal realized that actually this lipstick was just used in 2 countries, mainly China and USA. So now what happens if we don't realize that? So if we start to sell this lipstick in other countries that they don't want this lipstick, what happens if we miss stock keeping units in the warehouses in China and USA? That's a problem, because as we said, everything starts from it. So if the forecast is not aligned to the country needs, the quality of stocks and then of the revenues is lower.
Another recommendation is M&A, especially vertical integration. So L'Oreal has been expanding their business by acquiring another brands within the industry, within the same industry. But the problem is they have to focus more on the vertical integration. They can by doing this, they can expand their supply chain and maximize their supply chain efficiency and manage costs. So one example, Louis Vuitton, they are also expanding their business by acquiring another business, but they are more focusing on like vertical integration, and they are one of the examples they can succeed by the vertical one. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.